Welcome to the Mugiwara Sketches YouTube channel, Buddy. In today's video, we're diving deep into the incredible life of one of the most underrated heroes in the world of One Piece, Bartholomew Kuma. Stick around as we uncover the untold story of this legendary character, from a life in slavery to becoming One Piece's greatest hero. Fans of One Piece have grown to love Bartholomew Kuma as a character over the last few months. Many people thought this character had a lot of secrets up until lately. It was clear from the start that Oda was keeping many things about Kuma's past. Kuma was getting more and more attention as One Piece got closer to the end of the series. Finally, members of the Revolutionary Army saved him, and fans knew it was only a matter of time before Oda broke down Kuma's character. Kuma's amazing flashback in the final saga took One Piece fans by surprise, but every reader was blown away by how great he turned out to be. It is safe to say that Kuma is by far the biggest hero in One Piece, and many people look up to the way this legendary figure lived his life. Part 1. A Life in Slavery, Praying for Nika. Bartholomew Kuma had a terrible life from the very beginning. The person in this story was born into slavery. Right after his birth in the Sorbet Kingdom, his family history became public knowledge. The world government chose to act right away and took him and his family in. Kuma and his family were slaves in Marijoa for many years. It is terrifying for a child to think that being a slave is normal, but for little Kuma, it was happening every day. That shows the extent of the terrible childhood he had to endure, where even a reduction in his boss's beatings was a cause for celebration and happiness. For a long time, Kuma's parents raised him until his mother arrived. They died as slaves. Kuma's father also didn't last long after his mother died. Before he died, though, he told Kuma the story of Nika, which was popular among the buccaneer people. After Clap was shot in the head right in front of Kuma, his life was plagued by a series of unfortunate events. That was the start of Bartholomew Kuma's life as a slave, and the abuse he had to endure was sad. Kuma did not want to live his whole life as a slave, and he was sure that Nika would come down and save him one day. Part 2. A Savior from Childhood Days. Believing in Nika and wanting to be saved were not enough for Kuma. He also felt driven to save other people. Kuma didn't just want to wait for rescue to happen. He wanted to be more like Nika instead, and he looked up to him so much that he went out of his way to help other people. It was clear to see this during the God Valley incident 38 years ago. While on this island, Kuma and many other slaves endured horrible treatment. However, Kuma and other slaves who escaped, especially Ginny, who came up with an amazing plan, were able to save a lot of people. This was possible because Kuma ate a great devil fruit called the Paw Paw Fruit Nika no Mi. This fruit was really strong, and Kuma could push things away at really fast speeds. After eating the devil fruit, Kuma used it to its best. On that day in God Valley, Kuma saved 500 slaves from death, showcasing an amazing act of bravery. Once more, it proved that Kuma did not just wait for rescue to happen. Not like Nika, he took matters into his own hands and became a warrior of liberation. Oda directly compared Kuma and Nika when he mentioned that Kuma possessed the hands of liberation due to his devil fruit power from the Paw Paw Fruit. While Nika was the hope of the weak and helpless, Kuma kept helping people who needed it. Kuma used his huge strength to help himself and the people around him in the Sorbet Kingdom, where he began his new life. He used the devil fruit's power to help the elderly and sick because small acts of kindness made him happy. Again, Kuma was a hero from the start, but no one knew about it. As he got older, the good things he did only got bigger. Part 3. The Best Father in One Piece. One of Kuma's most brave acts was, without a doubt, how he treated his child. Ginny's fate was pretty much set when the celestial dragons took her hostage and made her have a child. Ginny died in the end, but not before she took Bonney to the Sorbet Kingdom. Kuma chose to raise Bonney on his own in a way that would make Ginny proud, even though she wasn't his blood. He treated her better than anyone would treat their own blood. Kuma learned how to be a great dad from the best, and he made Bonney feel like both of her parents were in her life every day. Kuma gave up his life as a rebel when he learned that Bonney was suffering from the sapphire scale. He put Bonney above all else. Kuma only cared about Bonney's happiness, and he wouldn't think twice about giving up his own happiness to do it. Kuma spent years looking for a cure for Bonney. He went from country to country, but Kuma didn't give up hope when he learned that Bonney would die before she turned 10 because of her illness. He kept trying to save this little girl because he wanted to see her grow up in front of him. But even though Kuma got help from Vegapunk, Saturn made it so that he would have to die to get help for Bonney. Kuma had to not only join the Shichibukai but also be a test subject for the Pacifista Project and lose his free will and all of his memories. This would make him a slave of the celestial dragons forever. But when Kuma heard these conditions, he was so happy that he could cry because he had finally found a way to heal his daughter. He saved his daughter's life, and getting rid of the sickness that was killing her was his 10th birthday present to her. Part 4. The reason why the Straw Hat Pirates are alive. In One Piece, there has never been a character as loving and kind as Kuma, and there is nothing more heroic than a parent giving up everything they value just to see their child smile. Kuma gave up everything for this child, even though she wasn't his biological kid. He treated her better than a biological parent would. Some people might think that this is the end of Kuma's bravery, but they would be wrong. Even while he was one of the Shichibukai, Kuma kept saving people all over the world. Kuma spent his whole life saving people and striving to make the world a better place, despite following the government's orders. Without a doubt, the nicest thing he did was help Luffy become the Pirate King. When Kuma learned that Luffy had the same powers as Nika and that he had fought against the world government at Eniai's lobby, and later punched a celestial dragon, he became very interested in where this pirate crew was going. Kuma put himself in danger to save Luffy. Luffy would not be where he is now, and Nika would not have come back to the world without Kuma. Bartholomew Kuma is the reason why so many slaves can see hope and have Nika to look up to right now. Kuma died as a legendary figure who would happily give up his life so that his daughter could be happy and Luffy could carry on his work and save the world. What makes this figure even more interesting is that his body keeps moving toward Egghead, even though he's technically dead. He's trying to help people in need. I think Kuma is the best hero in One Piece so far because he helps people even after he dies. Summary and highlights. Kuma's life as a slave filled him with sadness, but it also transformed him into a hero who desired freedom and sought to assist others. As a dad, Kuma was very selfless. He raised Bonney like she was his own child and did anything to make her happy. Kuma's most brave act was putting his own life at risk to help Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates save the world and continue their journey. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the untold story of Bartholomew Kuma. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow One Piece fans. Let us know in the comments which character you'd like us to explore next. Until next time, keep exploring the vast seas of One Piece. See you in the next video. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our funny sketch videos and anime reviews. Don't forget to subscribe to continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, questions, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again. See you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments the group is in a winter scene, and the next they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat, and people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Gold D. Roger is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Gold D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.